Facebook exclusively?
I use Facebook and Instagram pretty much.
Facebook.
I'm on MySpace, Friendster.
I have Twitter and Facebook.
I use Facebook, Twitter, and Spring when I get to speak.
I'm only on Facebook.
SoldierBoy.com.
Facebook and Skype. I use Facebook and Instagram. I'm on Facebook and Twitter.
Right now, I have a Facebook, but I don't use it. I don't really use any other social networking sites.
Social networking is definitely on the rise these days, even if you find someone that doesn't use a Facebook or Twitter. The world is growing, and social networking has as well. It's no surprise that we've been seeing social networking popping around everywhere around us.
TV shows using Twitter and Facebook to popularize themselves is actually pretty interesting because number one, it increases their viewership, and number two, it allows the viewer to not just passively watch TV. It allows them to interact with the show, and so that way they feel like they're getting involved to a certain degree.
What's the deal with pound signs on TV lately? Well, most people no longer give TV their full attention and instead do other tasks while watching. So tweeting what's happening on the TV screen involves the viewer and makes them pay attention to the screen. Having real-time conversations with other fans is a way for them to deepen their engagement with one another.
I feel like, a lot of the time on TV, even allowing viewers to have more of a voice in shows and stuff by having a shout out and a tweet that they post on the show.
I think that they're convenient and entertaining ways of connecting and socializing and keeping up to date with your peers.
My acapella class, we have a Facebook group, and it's really helpful because people can post YouTube videos of songs that we kind of might want to do, and then people can listen to it at home so that we don't waste the class time listening to the songs, so that's helpful.
Usually for entertainment, such as looking at other people's photos, liking other people's funny statuses. Some are really bad. But then I also use it for connecting with my new classmates in college, or maybe when I'm doing a project to make a Facebook group, which is really a good way to communicate with other people. Twitter, I actually think is useful because I might be in Capitol Hill and I'll be like, who's in Capitol Hill? And get a couple hits back. Oh, come hang out at Volunteer Park, and I go there and it's 10 bros hanging out or something. So it's Twitter's more for entertainment, but also hanging out with people, while Facebook is more of just kind of at home.
You can get a big group together to go do something, party groups and stuff, so you can connect with people better that way.
I think in college, almost people used to get sad to connect with people and do work, but right now, there's not much to use it for besides entertainment.
It's solely to connect with peers.
Then I usually do it on my phone when I otherwise may be doing nothing else. So if I have a break and I'm just sitting around, I pull out my phone and check Twitter for a minute. So I don't think I'm ever wasting time. I actually think that helps me be more connected when I otherwise would be doing nothing else.
I'd say I'm a pretty moderate Facebook user, actually. I mean, I spend maybe an hour or two on it a day. I mean, I talk to some people, on chat and all that. There's this place in LA. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's a Korean taco truck. And what they do is that people really liked it. This guy started it, and what the guy does is he will tweet actually a location where he's going. It'll be I'm on the Sepulveda Boulevard in 10th, and then it'll be I'm parking here for a couple hours, and literally hundreds of people will look on that Twitter and just flock to the area because all he has to do is tell them where he is, and by that, just using social media, he's able to get tested.
spending 3 to 4 hours on Facebook.
But when I'm home, it's open. So, like, constantly for like that.
It really like can suck up a lot of my life, you know?
It's a lot easier to procrastinate.
I think everyone's been on Facebook and then looked at the clock and realized it's 2 in the morning or whatever on accident.
I think it's a major drawback for me is that it's a big waste of time.
It's staggering how much time we spend on social networking sites.
Start like looking at my friend photos and stuff, you know. And I know all of you guys do that, and you know, I'm trying to be honest to it, and that's really not good.
I think they're good in moderation, but with like too much use, they can get a little bit, I don't know, overwhelming.
The problems are invasion of privacy, and people not knowing when to restrict themselves and getting into trouble in that way.
I'll legitimate the friendship with someone over like a screen. We might have done that before, but you know, talk to every day, but over like a little inch by inch box that pops up on the screen.
I think it definitely has positives and negatives, and I can't like say it's good or bad because I benefit.
The fact that it's kind of become like a defining factor in our lives, I think, is disappointing because, you know, it should be an extension, not a defining factor.
I think the impact is generally positive, although, like anything, there's a good side and a bad side.
My iPhone, I guess, is the thing. It's just always with me, and I think I use it all the time. I'm constantly checking things, and I think it's actually part of the disease of this culture, is this checking your device all the time. And I mean, even, you know, my wife and I will go out to dinner to have like an important talk about, you know, what do we think about, you know, our children's development as human beings, and we're both just looking away and not really talking to each other. And, you know, God forbid one of us had a big revelation, you know, honey, I'm leaving you, you know, we would, the other person
Like,
wouldn't even hear
hold
it.
on, I'm getting a text
Yeah,
message.
we're not, so that's our devices are becoming too much a part of our life, but I you know, I love it. I have to have, you're addicted right away, and it's only going to get worse when the saline solution comes out.
It has become quite apparent that social networking has become an integral part of our lives, and it's too early for us to determine whether social networks will benefit us or hinder us in the long run. The only key takeaways we can know for sure is that it currently has its positives and negatives, and we need to wait a little longer before we can update our status on social networking.